I hope he's not driving.
He doesn't have a good driving record?
It's a question. His insurance rates didn't go up though, I'm sure.
This is cool, right here. I think it'll be fine.
Cool here.
So, we just had to move because the governor's coming through and kind of interrupted your tale.
The governor.
But let's get back into it.
So there we were, it was 1976. It was summertime, it was hot and sweaty in a cramped theater. Bruce was dancing on stage like a camper, you know. And I remember he leapt onto the piano, you know, in one leap. It wasn't like you know, like he didn't sit up on it. It was like a panther leaping onto the piano. He was up there dancing. And both bands, kind of like one by one, you know, it was, you know, over the last year, so much of the stagemanship seems staged, you know. This was just so spontaneous, you know. One by one, like, the musicians were just coming down, like they had to come down, and they were playing up to him on the piano, like it was like Jesus on the Mount or something. I mean, this was something like there was something religious going on, you know. I mean, he was just like up there dancing and singing, and players were just playing up to him. The horn section was playing up to him, you know. And he stopped at one point, slung the guitar behind the Esquire. He looks out into the audience and he was like, turn on the lights in here. Turn on the motherfucking lights in here. I want to see you dancing. And over the years, as I've seen Springsteen, you know, sort of turning the house lights up during the last set has become like a set piece, you know. And it's almost, to me, it seems like it's like these interminably long encores where the lights are up and people are like, but this was something different, man.
Do you think that do you think that could have started that night?
They were probably doing it a lot during that tour, you know, I don't know, and they started playing bigger theaters.
Yeah.
But at least that night, I remember, like, it seemed like somebody was running around hitting light switches, you know.
Yeah.
Like the lights came on over here, lights came on over here. You know, it wasn't like, you know, it was like somebody was like going around, he said, turn the lights on! You know, people were right, because the house lights came up, you know. And I mean, it was just, you know, turn on the lights in here, turn on the lights in here, dancing. And I looked around and the place was like in pandemonium, you know, people were just elevated to a different height, you know. Anyway, he danced off stage, you know, the band finished, you know, and Van Zandt, you know, just came up to the microphone, looked into the microphone, just went, Mr. Van, thank you very much, you know. His Sugar Miami Steve persona was probably the coolest of all his personae. He just went, Eastern Band, thank you very much. And they all walked off stage, you know. And I remember the house lights were up and like we were all standing there looking around, you know. It was like, it wasn't like before, like when nobody was leaving, everybody was done. You know, everybody was like, people weren't even applauding anymore. You know, it was like they were like applauded out, you know. But everybody stood there for a minute and we all kind of shuffled out. You know, I shuffled out the side door, you know. We knew we'd already missed the trains home and everything. We weren't even thinking about getting home. And people were like, well, everybody sort of, I mean, it was like the sense that like we had seen something that wasn't going to happen again. You know, we caught something at a time and a place that people were going to read about and that they're going to talk about years later. You know, were you there? Yeah, we were there. You know, and this was one of those moments. You know, where like you walk down and you're like, it was quiet. People were just like, people screaming. It was just like, you know, it was just like, it was, you know, I don't want to make more of it than it was, you know, in that, like, it was like this sort of, it was an intense moment shared by a lot of strangers who all lived through the same thing together. We were all kind of like in days when we walked down, you know. And then we hitchhiked home down to 35, got home at 4 o'clock in the morning. And,
was worth it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it cost me $7.50, so it was worth it, man. You know, you get what you pay for in this world, man. But Let
me ask you this: you mentioned that the bands back then called him Brucey, and it was a real community thing. What do you think it is about Bruce Springsteen that he had it then, he has it now? It's like the connection to the people of Jersey.
Yeah, it's about, he tells the story. He's a storyteller. Dylan is an artist, and Dylan tells parables. Dylan is biblical. Bruce is a storyteller, and he tells stories, that are about everybody, and that everybody sort of thinks he's telling my story, and so people who don't know him, think they know him. Everybody thinks that he's their best friend.
Yeah.
And most of these people, the closest they've come to me is like,
the "Hey Baby" part always pops in my mind at the end of Dancing in the Dark, where they just go on, and it's a really good live thing that they do. And it's "Hey Baby," you know how it goes. I got to sing it. "Hey Baby."